My brothers and sisters, Sunday, March 15th, 2020 was the last day before we suspended public worship in the Diocese of Atlanta and with churches around the globe in response to the COVID pandemic. And over the last 4 years, we have seen coronavirus infections. They have risen, they have fallen. We have seasons of surge, seasons of relief. And during that time, we have relaxed many or most of the restrictions in our public worship. But the single requirement which has continued at resurrection has been the restriction against sipping communion wine from the common cup. All this time we have received the sacrament only by intinction from the server, and we have found that we have been able, though, to continue to be a sacramental people, and we have adjusted to that new reality. I have always allowed the vestry to make the call about when they would like to return to the option of sipping from the cup. Well, at our vestry meeting last night, Resurrection's vestry unanimously decided that we should make the common cup available once again for sipping, beginning with the Christmas Eve service. And to mark the occasion, we will use our brand new 30th anniversary gift chalice for the very first time. It seems to me that as we approach Christmas Eve, it would be a fitting time to reintroduce the common cup as we celebrate this season of new birth. Now, we recognize that people have varying levels of comfort around all of this, so I want to be really clear that no one is required to drink from the chalice until they are ready. Because as Episcopalians, we believe that Jesus is fully present in both the bread and the wine equally. And the last 4 years have raised for us again the question of hygiene and communion. But for 2,000 years of experience, it has taught us that wine can be safely communicated when people drink from the common cup, when the Eucharistic minister properly wipes the cup between communicants. The practice, however, of people dipping the host into the chalice with their own fingers, well, that carries a high likelihood of fingers touching or plunging into the wine itself. Every Eucharistic minister has seen this, and it is a certainty that this is an unclean and unsafe practice. So the practice of people dipping the host themselves will not be our practice anymore. But intinction, though, is an acceptable practice in administering communion as we have done these last 4 years. When myself or the Eucharistic minister with clean and washed hands, we dip the bread in the wine and then place it into the palm of the communicant. So going forward, if you would not like to sip from the cup, you may consume the bread and return to your seat, or you can simply leave the bread in the palm of your hand, and the Eucharistic minister with clean hands will take the bread, dip it in the wine, and return it to your palm. The restoration of the common cup should not be interpreted to mean that viruses are behind us, but instead it signifies that we have come to a time when all of our customs in life must adapt to the realities that viruses, they come and they go, and we must learn how to live with it with the highest degree of safety possible. I have long felt that the passing of the communion cup from person to person is one of the most powerful symbols that we have in the Christian church of our mutual vulnerability, our depth of community, and our open self-offering to each other. And I have longed for this day and the full return of our customary and ancient practice of Holy Communion with bread and cup. May this add to the joy of our Christmas celebration and the lifting up of our collective heart. Happy Advent and Merry Christmas, Resurrection.